Imagine you are a few days or even a few hours away from going to France, maybe for the first time, and you don't know what to pack. Do you even know how to call these items in French? I doubt so. And if you are in this situation, no worries, I'm here to help. Bonjour tout le monde, I'm Cassie, your French tutor, so you can discover France the French way. And today we are packing to go to France in summer. And the Olympics have just started, so maybe it is still time to pack correctly before going to Paris. First thing, well, you need to choose between a suitcase and a backpack. And apparently a shoe. So the suitcase would be une valise. Une valise. And the backpack, I have a big one here. I mean, I think every backpacker would know this kind of backpack. It is a sac à dos. Sac à dos. Sac being a bag, le dos being the back. So it is a bag for your back. Who says French isn't easy? So all that, either suitcase or backpack, it is called les bagages. And if you're taking a plane or a train with specific fees, then you may need to know the difference between bagage cabine et bagage en soute. So, what do we take to travel to France in summer? One thing to know is that in summer, in Paris or just the northern part of France, the temperatures may vary between 15 degrees and 25 degrees Celsius. In Fahrenheit, that would be between 55 degrees and 77. I had to check it up. I mean, I'm European, right? So these are average temperatures. So it can go way higher during summer, but it can also go lower than that, especially during the night. But if you go to the south of France, so around the Mediterranean Sea, for example, it can go way higher than that. Even during the night, the temperatures can be around like 20 degrees, easy. And in case of a heat wave, well, I guess you know, it can be very, very hot. So let's talk about going to Paris. Again, in the context of the Olympics, why not? What would you take? I've prepared everything because I was scared I would just forget. So let's say for about 1 week in Paris, and then you know you multiply, right? So you would need, I'd say, 5 t-shirts. Very light fabric. I mean, it's summer, so you can still have a jacket or sweater, something, if it's a bit more chilly. Chillier? Sounds weird, right? You tell me. So I would say 5 t-shirts. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 et 5. Or tank tops, and they are called débardeurs. See, tank tops, just like that. I know I don't fold them very well, but it's for the sake of the example. Then I would take a pair of pants, and we say un pantalon. Again, quite light fabric, can be very handy, especially if it's a bit so chillier or more chilly. Anyway, during the evening or the night. And in French you say un pantalon. So in English, pants, they're plural. In French it is un pantalon. It is singular and masculine. What do we have next? During the day, for example, or if you're very lucky and the weather is warm, I would go for 2 shorts. And I'm pretty sure you already know how to say 2, right? Deux. Donc 1, 2. And shorts, 2 shorts. Easy, we just took the English word. 2 shorts. Of course, if you do not sleep completely naked, I would recommend un pyjama. Yes, again, it is the English word pyjama, just with the French pronunciation, right? Makes sense. Donc, un pyjama. And look, mine, always, how to be Parisian. I love to wear it when I'm with friends who are not from Paris. Anyway, so, of course, underwear. I'm only going to show you socks for very obvious reasons. So, underwear, we would call that sous-vêtements. Sous being under, vêtements being the clothes. Well, it goes under your clothes, so sous-vêtements. And sous-vêtements is like the entire thing. So socks, panties, bras, everything. All that is sous-vêtements. So one every day. Here I have chaussettes, des chaussettes. Chaussettes being feminine. And if, I don't know, you want to go out and you want to dress a little bit fancier, especially in Paris, right? I would go with une robe. A dress, une robe. One is good, like with black you're never out of style. So I think it's a good solution. In French we have the term la petite robe noire, the little black dress. I think you know it. It must be the same in English. Okay, then it is summer, right? So we need des lunettes de soleil. Lunettes de soleil, sunglasses. I mean, glasses are lunettes de soleil for the sun. Pretty logical, isn't it? Then you will probably need un adaptateur. Well, if you're from Europe, no, you don't need it. But if you're from the US, for example, yes, you do need un adaptateur. So that is the plug we have in Europe. That's the one. So for me, these two holes. So I would recommend one. What I do is that I always take a, oh, how do you call these? Like multi-plugs? One adaptator and one, let's call it multi-plug. So that's what I'm talking about. And then it's easier. You can plug all your devices with one adaptator only. And a toiletry bag, which is called une trousse de toilette. So what do we have inside? What do we have inside la trousse de toilette? It is summer again. De la crème solaire, sunscreen. That is very, very important. And then everything you need. So if you love to use the products, like your own products, take them with you. But to be fair, if you don't have that much space, for example, if you take a plane, then know that in every supermarket you have very good brands and they're not that expensive. So you'll be good. Don't worry if you cannot take everything. And here I have a wallet, okay? Donc un porte-monnaie. In France, for the cards, I recommend Visa or MasterCard. A lot of shops, especially in Paris, of course, they accept American Express, etc. But if you go outside of Paris, so again, we said like if you're going to the south of France or things like that, things may be a tiny bit different. So I would recommend, if you can, Visa or MasterCard. And of course your ID. I mean, if you're traveling, you need an identification. Donc ID will be la pièce d'identité. If anybody asks for la pièce d'identité, that's what they're asking. So I hope they're dressed like cops or, you know, officials. Otherwise, just run away. Okay, so the bag is almost done, but we need to walk, right? So let's go with shoes. I recommend you take une paire de baskets. Again, English word. Easy, des baskets, in which you're comfortable, you can walk all day long. If you go to the beach, otherwise it sounds like a different word. So if you go to the coast side, I recommend des tongs, flip-flops, in French, des tongs. But if you're not going to the seaside, you're going to, again, Paris, that's my favorite example, des sandales. It's more than enough. And I think we're good. We're ready to go. So we're all ready to go. If this video was useful to you, you can give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comments if you're going on vacation and where you're going. And if you don't want to go to Paris, but you want to see a bit more of another city, where I live, for example, Nantes, I recommend you watch this video next. Donc à la semaine prochaine, salut!